Good morning. It's the 9th of February 2025. It's a Saturday morning. It's a Saturday special. What about that? Today we're going to talk about Alan Brazil, no less. But before that, can you remember the Titty Bottle Oak Tree up in Otley in West Yorkshire there? The residents have been fighting to save, well, Summit residents, and put up a brave battle to save this 110-year-old oak tree. What they were going to do, well, they did do it, as it turns out. They've chopped this oak tree down so they can put a temporary footbridge in at a cost of £3 million. This is Leeds City Council. At a cost of £3 million. The residents have found a cheaper alternative, £1.5 million cheaper, so composite bridge. But the deal's been signed and sealed with Balfours, and they're all going to have a cut, if you know what I mean. So sadly, the shall we call them tree surgeons, for want of a better word, they came in yesterday, chucking the weight about, pushing people about, and they chopped the tree down. And that's the end of 110 years of fucking tree. Progress, I call it. So hats off to all the brave tree protectors. You did a fantastic job, kids. At least you get it another 2 weeks. Well done. Getting on to Alan Brazil, he's the former Ipswich, Man United, Scotland footballer. Finished his football career 40 years ago, and he's now a broadcaster, and quite a successful one on talk radio. And on Thursday, they were discussing football, in particular Man United, and they were discussing, and they got Siobhan Ahern. She were on, and she was pretty upset about what Alan said about women's football. And this is what he said.
Both missions come under this broader Project 150, which aims to get the club back to the win in the Premier League for its 150th anniversary by 2028.
Greatest respect. When you talk about Manchester United, look, the women's football now is getting more important, but when you talk about Man United, it's only the men's, the Premier League, that we're talking about here with Mission Impossible. It's not the women's.
Well, actually, it is part of the plan. Well, it's called Project 150.
Well, I'm sorry, people around the world are not bothered.
That's not true.
It is true.
Well, I'm bothered, and I'm sitting here and telling you that I'm bothered. So don't say people around the world aren't bothered.
Yeah, they're not. They
are.
In the bigger picture, they're not. Okay, they're not.
The bigger picture, what, the men who only care about football being the men's game?
No, the bigger picture is men who want to see, Man United fans want to see Manchester United in the Premier League challenging.
Right, so I want to see
the bigger picture.
I want to see that too, but I would also quite like to see the women be supported.
Good,
to get the chance.
But it's not.
But you've just said that people don't care. People do care.
It's not that important compared to the bigger picture.
No, the bigger picture is having a future and then being valued.
It's not. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's not. Right?
Well,
it's not.
It is. If they've clearly got. Stop being like that. Honestly,
I'm telling you the truth. It's not.
You sound like a proper dinosaur. That is obviously your spirit animal with the way you sound on this morning.
Yeah, well, Siobhan.
I don't know why you're speaking like that.
You're kidding yourself on.
I'm not kidding myself on. Alan, stop. Like, listen to yourself. There is a project.
I don't have to listen to myself. You're kidding yourself on.
But I would say.
That's unbelievable from you.
It's not.
You're the one with a granddaughter playing football.
Yes.
Listen to your language right now. That's important.
I watch it as well, okay?
Oh, but it's not important in the long term?
Not what we're talking about here, Mission Impossible, 21 years.
Unbelievable.
It's about Manchester United getting back, taking on Liverpool, City, etc.
And I've said that, but then don't disregard the wider picture of involving the women.
Siobhan, you're getting carried away again.
So he said, with the greatest respect, when you're talking about United, Man United, women's football is getting more important. But when you talk about Man United, it's only the men's we're talking about here with Mission Impossible. It's not the women. And she didn't like that one bit. And he went on to say, Man United fans want to see a Man United team in the Premier League challenging. What he right? He's got castigated. He has actually got castigated for saying it. What he right? I believe he was right, to be honest. Without trying to sound like a misogynist, I do believe he was right. And he did go on to say there's a place for women's football, but it is kept going by clubs who are prepared to lose money on their football for the sake of looking good. My granddaughter loves playing football, and I love watching her. But that's it, as far as it goes. And it's hard to watch on TV. He's right, isn't he? Siobhan, well, she was fighting for women, she was fighting women's corner, and she was unwilling to accept his view, which the overwhelming majority of football fans agree with. He actually said, Alan said, what a lot of people think, women's football has its place, but it don't belong in the same conversation as the men's game, sadly. And if you think it does, if you think what they should do is get a women's football channel, what they do, women, and I'm not being derogatory, or probably I am, they piggyback on like Man United ladies. I can remember, women's football had just started 50 years ago. There was a team up 9 miles to my north, Doncaster Bells, one of the first women's football teams, and a successful one at that. But now you've got Chelsea ladies, Man City ladies. You know, they don't even identify like Doncaster Bells were Doncaster Bells, they weren't Doncaster Rovers ladies. That's what I'm saying anyway. And I think what Alan Brazil was trying to say is Man United fans would like to see the women's team do well, but ultimately it is the fate of the men's team that dictates the future of the club. Ask Sen this, can the men's team survive without the ladies team? Of course it can. Can the ladies team survive without the men's team? Probably not. Well, I'm going to leave you with a little thought here, totally off fucking track. What a strange time to be alive, when the majority of people want peace, but the majority of politicians want their own people to shut up and not mention genocide. Wakey, wakey, have a great day, everybody, with no props today. Have you noticed? The only prop I've got is the daylight just breaking over that hill. I don't know if you can see it. Dawn is coming. Have a great day, everybody. And, well, I'm off to Rotherham United to watch the Mighty Millers. Men, that is.